And the big question is this provider really worth it this year? Let's have a conversation about that. So this will be a quick review of Intermedia Unite, and I want to give you some pros and cons, the features, but most importantly, whether the price is really worth it, given the value that the this service provider is really adding. Okay, so here's a synopsis I want you to think about. Let's first go back to Intermedia Unite 101. If you think about this company, it has been around for more than 30 years. So that's really important to remember. The company was actually first founded in 1993. Okay, and originally it was a provider of telephony services, phone services, but nowadays it has rebranded itself as a cloud communications platform, offering voice over internet protocols. So that's the VoIP functionality, and also vital UCaaS tools. So this is really important to think about. So if you think about Intermedia Unite, think about VoIP, think about voice over IP primarily. And so their service features include cloud-based phone systems, video conferencing software, real-time screen sharing, customizable contact center call flows, desktop and mobile apps. So you can see there is a variety of services that Intermedia Unite actually offers, right? You also have voicemail to email. You have presence indicators for team members, and also, finally, virtual fax. Now, you might say, well, why a fax? Well, faxing is still important in some sectors of the economy. Okay, so virtual fax can be really important in some industries. So, because of its high quality service features and the ease with which it provides multiple collaboration tools from one holistic platform, basically, Intermediate Unite is actually one of the top UCaaS provider. Okay, so what are the pros and cons here? Well, the pros first. You have unlimited domestic calling through the U.S. and Canada. You're able to have an all-in-one communication and collaboration platform. And this service providers also offers hardware prearranged to be software compatible for easy installation. Software is available via desktop, mobile, and web apps. And you also have Chrome click to call extension. So that's really good in terms of flexibility. On the flip side, you don't have as many integrations as competing service providers. Some crucial integrations are exclusive to the most expensive plan, and you must purchase a toll-free number. Let's dig a little more when it comes to Intermedia Unite. One thing I want to say is that this is a provider that's great for small to medium-sized businesses. So if you are a micro business, if you are a solopreneur, if you are a freelancer, Intermedia Unite may not necessarily be the best provider for you, the best VoIP provider for you. Okay, let me talk to you about the process that you need to pay attention to as you want to be as you want to use Intermedia Unite. How does the platform work? So I think I've said this before. So this is a cloud-based communication service, right? That means what? It means that your business gotta have a reliable internet connection. So if you're having problem actually with internet or your internet service is not really reliable, you can't really rely on Intermediate Unite. Okay, you can get signed up for a new local or toll-free numbers or part existing numbers. Okay, so once the service gets established, you can use Unite to make and receive calls, join video meetings, or engage in online chat. So this is kind of cool. And one thing I want to say here is that before signing up for a service, you want to note that Intermediate recommends cable or fiber connections for optimal results. So if you're currently having, let's say, a DSL or you're having leased line or SG, it could be a little complicated for you, okay? So Intermedia Unite recommends cellular internet service providers, okay? And you want to make sure that you have a service that's compatible with Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, DHCP routers. So this is some technicalities to really pay attention to. So Intermedia Unite is actually right for you if you are looking for unlimited domestic calling. So you want a provider that gives you unlimited domestic calling, all-in-one UCaaS platform, hardware pre-configured for software, but also a provider that has multiple app options. I do not recommend Intermediate Unite for a wide range of integrations, bundled in toll free numbers. Okay, so that's something to really think about. Let me talk to you a little bit about the features to pay attention to as you go through Intermediate Unite. Okay, so one thing for sure, Intermediate Unite provides an impressive array of features. Okay, so you are looking at features that make the whole platform an ideal communication hub for businesses of all sizes, like from small business all the way to a large enterprise. Like I said, if you are a freelancer, if you're a solopreneur, Intermedia might not be the right provider for you. So one thing you want to really understand is that one thing for sure, ease of use is really critical with Intermedia Unite. Okay. So it has a simple step-by-step guide that allows you to actually get on board real fast. Okay. So you're able to make calls, send messages, and make account changes in a very easy way. Hardware is actually pretty great also. So Nvidia Unite provides VoIP products such as headsets and desktop phones for purchase. So depending on your plan agreement, getting certain items added to your account for free may be possible, but you have to really negotiate that with Intermedia Unite. So this is kind of cool. So in addition to its own branded hardware, Intermediate provides equipment from Polycom, Yealink, and Logitech. So, I mean, those are reliable providers. So Intermediate desktop phones come pre-configured with Unite, which is advantageous to immediately use your newly purchased equipment instead of taking extra steps with hardware bought elsewhere. Okay, you can use your existing phones with Intermediate Unite's software, provided they are compatible. And also, this provider also employs a bring your own phone service for setting up actually your current hardware for use with Intermedia. So this is kind of cool because this provider actually helps you in terms of flexibility. Now let's talk about the software. So you have the hardware and you also have the software. So Intermedia Unite software is compatible with desktop and mobile devices. So the cool thing is you may download it on Windows and Mac computers or iOS and Android phones. Additionally, Intermedia has a web app version for browser-based use. So what's really happening here is that you have the possibility to use Intermedia software on many devices, but also on whatever platform you want to use it on. Okay, so that gives you some flexibility because if you are a small business and you like to run that business from a specific platform, having that flexibility is kind of cool. So you can use Intermedia's software for unlimited domestic calling, so in the US, Puerto Rico, and Canada, business short message services, SMS, video conferencing, screen sharing, team chat rooms, and virtual faxing. So in addition to VoIP capabilities, Intermedia actually is a cost-effective software solution for businesses seeking a viable UCaaS service to function as an all-in-one collaboration hub. So this is really good. So when I say UCaaS, what I'm saying when I say a UCaaS service, I'm speaking about the ability for Intermediate Unite to actually help you create a cloud-based PBX system to receive and direct calls in an organized and streamlined manner. So this is really good because if you're running your business on a streamlined platform, you want to have that flexibility. Okay. So ultimately, what happens here is that Intermedia will help your business engage customers and team members better, whether operating in an office or remotely. Let's say at their homes or on a client site, for instance. So when you think about call quality is pretty good. Okay, so basically, call quality is really clear. Whether you are using the regular phone or speaker mode, call quality is definitely fine. Okay, and also one thing I want to say is that the smartphone the smartphone based calling wasn't as pristine because you might actually the call actually sounded far away when we tested it. Okay, and also it was harder to hear unless you use the speaker function. So I mean, overall the call audio is adequate, but you might actually lack you might not have the HD quality of some competing VoIP services such as WebEx or Google Voice, for instance. So what about uptime? So the according to Intermedia Unite's service level agreement, the software has a financially backed uptime of 99.999%. So as a customer, you can expect less than 26 seconds of downtime every month and no more than 5.26 minutes per year. So something to really think about. In terms of security, you can be really confident that security is taken care of. Okay, so Intermedia, for instance, uses SOC 1 and SOC 2 type 2 audited data centers. The company also received a third-party SOC 3 security audit. Okay, so that's really cool. You have multiple enterprise-level firewall systems to prevent any unwanted intrusion. So you have lots of layers of, I would say, protection. In terms of third-party integrations, this is an important element. If you're considering Intermedia Unite this year, basically this software, it's good to know that this software integrates with many popular applications. I'm speaking about Zendesk, Slack, ServiceNow, Google Workspace, Salesforce, and so on and so forth. So this is really good. And if you don't have your program in like being integrated natively, you can use an API to develop custom application solutions. So this is really good. So what's the pricing here? I want you to look on the screen for pricing. So if you think about Intermedia Unite, you have the Pro plan, and then you have the Enterprise plan. So the Pro plan, they're charging you $28 per user per month, and on the Enterprise, they're charging you $33, right? So it's pretty affordable. But like I said, if you are a solopreneur, if you are a micro business, this could be a little too much because you have other costs to take care of as well. Okay, but yeah, so that's what you have to. What I like with Intermedia United is that their pricing is transparent and their pricing is simple. Nothing to complicate, nothing to confuse you. Like sometimes you have some competing VoIP providers that have a complicated pricing plan, but Intermediate Unite doesn't have that. Very simple. Okay, so if you think about one thing I want to say is that they actually used to have also Intermediate Unite Essentials. So Essentials, they're charging you $19.99 per month. Okay, this is actually the service they had for freelancers and micro businesses, but they are thinking about actually taking that away, actually merging United Unite Essentials to Unite Pro. Okay, that's why I didn't talk about it. But yeah, they still have the Unite Essentials, like a lower tier. So instead of two tiers, they have three tiers. But they are thinking about consolidating the three tiers into two, like in a very short period, like in the next few months. Okay, so if you want to really buy from Intermediate Unite, just think about Enterprise or Pro. So when I think about Enterprise, basically in terms of video conferencing, you have a 200 people. Okay, and for Unite Pro, you're looking at 100 plus. Okay, but it's still good. It's still good anyway. It's about the number of capabilities you can have. Okay, on the Enterprise, for instance, you have a tool that integrates very natively to tools such as Salesforce Classic Plus, Oracle NetSuite, and Microsoft Dynamic 365. And also, if you get the Unite Enterprise, you get a hosted Exchange mailbox of unlimited size. And when it comes to Unite Pro, you still have some kind of accessibility, but you don't have that much. Okay. So also, one thing I want to say here is that every intermediate Unite plan includes a free local number. However, you must buy toll-free numbers as add-ons. You will need to contact the sales team for a quote, okay? Like what Intermedia Unite sells online fax numbers starting at $12.99 each monthly. So let me talk to you about the rivals here. If you think about Intermedia Unite, you have rivals such as 8x8, Ring Central, and Nextiva. Okay, I have covered each of those three players on this show before. So if you think about Intermedia, if you think about 8x8, for instance, basically you will think that you will see that 8x8 works best for companies that are either already enterprise level or soon will be. The features lend themselves to much larger teams, especially companies already familiar with VoIP products. Because if you're not familiar with VoIP in general, if you go with 8x8, you could have a learning curve. Okay, if you compare Intermediate Unite to Ring Central, you will realize that the Ring Central is actually also a great choice for larger companies needing varied integrations, especially if those companies prefer paying for services upfront through an annual subscription. So, what about Nextiva? Well, Nextiva actually is an all-in-one hub that's very streamlined. It has a dashboard that is very very modern and visually appealing. Nextiva gives you a choice between a free local and toll-free number, and Intermediate Unite only has a local number, and you must buy a toll-free number separately. So you can see that Nexiva is a little better. Okay, so overall, do I recommend Intermediate Unite? Yes, I definitely do. Definitely do. This is a legit business that has been around for more than 30 years. Okay, pretty strong in terms of security, in terms of safety. Okay, so this is really good. And one thing I want to say is that Intermedia Unite gives you flexibility. Okay, now you must have a certain budget. Like they charging you anywhere from $27.99 all the way to $32.99 per month as of the date of this show. So you might say this is nothing, but hey, listen, if you're a freelancer, this price can be a lot can turn out to be expensive to you, right? So it's better to actually go with Intermediate Unite if you are already, let's say, a growing business, a growing small business, or you're even a medium-sized enterprise. Okay, because at the very core, Intermedia Unite can help you scale, right? Because it is a cloud-based communication platform, so it can help you scale. Once you actually grow, Intermedia Unite can actually grow with your company. Okay, so this is kind of cool. As a coda in today's conversation, I spoke to you about Intermedia Unite. This was a review. I gave you the synopsis, the process, the features, the pricing, the rivals, and the verdict. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.